hope that you're getting excited for our camp out. I just had a few notes, tips, and tricks that I've learned that could help you with your meal planning, especially when you're cooking for a large group when you're camping. So the first thing is you should have an email that has the emails and names of the people that are in your group so that you guys can start coordinating all of the meals together. So please use that and start talking with each other. Anything that you might want to cook or bring, I totally recommend prepping ahead of time as much as possible. So anything that involves chopping, cutting, all that stuff, when you start to think about, cutting onions for a chili for 30, that's a lot of onions. So get it done at home so you can just have it in a bag and you can just dump it and, cook it there. Another option is that you could make things ahead of time and freeze them. So as you're looking for recipes, I would just suggest start going online and looking for crock pot meals or freeze ahead meals. Those would be really helpful for this camping trip. We do have electric sockets so you can actually plug in all of your pressure cookers or your crock pots or anything that requires electricity, so you can take advantage of that. So also think about coordinating with the people in your group. So if you only have one crock pot or one pressure cooker, but it would be really great if you had a couple to make this a lot easier to cook for this large of a crowd. Let someone in your group know, hey, can I borrow your crock pot for this particular meal? Most people are very happy to lend you that so that everyone can eat. All right, so for breakfast, this kind of goes along with just some ideas, but also something I learned. Maybe you already know this stuff, but we were making eggs, like scrambled eggs for people, and I was there just sitting out there cracking the eggs and doing the thing, and discovered the next year that I could have just done that at home, and it was just a lot easier. So you could actually just crack all your eggs for 30 people, put them in Ziplocs, you can prep the whole thing, season the whole thing, it's ready to go, you can just pour it. Alternatively, you can also just go buy pourable. They make it in a carton. Did you know this? You can probably get it from Chef's Store. Eggs that you can just pour. You could just bring it in a carton. It's kind of awesome. So just think about little easy, shortcuts that could make your life a lot easier. Baked items, same thing. You could just buy baked items that you don't have to make them yourself. That could be a great breakfast. Breakfast burritos. By the way, I just learned this, that you can make ahead breakfast burritos, freeze them, and you can rewarm them up to temperature in a crock pot. So yeah, you might want to Google that to see how to do that. But it's a definite possibility. So for dinner, marinated meat, those kinds of things, for an easy, just, grilling situation or a flat top, if you happen to have that, you can pre-marinate it at home and freeze it ahead of time. Chili with cornbread, that's been a super successful thing that we've made, or just chili with chips and all the fixins. Always popular. Spaghetti or any kind of pasta, ravioli, anything with even a jarred sauce, totally fine. Doctor it up a little bit with, maybe a few fresh herbs, some cheese, and all the sides that kind of go with it, some salad or some breadsticks or something, and you've got a fantastic meal. Burgers and hot dogs, burritos, shredded pork for just about anything. A bowl, shredded pork sandwich, it's always super popular. So just some good ideas there for you. Other notes, if you're like the Holmes family, we think that we're going to be on time to a lot of things, and we tend not to be. So I totally underestimate what the amount of time it takes to get out the door, especially for a camping trip. If that's you and you're like us, Thursday night dinner may not be the meal for you. And it's totally okay. If you are not like us, then maybe Thursday is for you. And in that case, because, if you think about it, being late and having to cook dinner and having to set up camp just sounds, it's very stressful. So maybe don't do that evening. If you do want to do Thursday evening, again, just choose something really easy because you're still setting up camp and getting, acclimated to the campsite. So make it really easy and fun for yourself. So in addition to that, Sunday breakfast. So that's the day that we're all leaving. We're trying to clean up our campsites and pack up and leave. So don't feel like you have to unless you really want to, but most people don't do elaborate Sunday breakfast, and that's totally okay. So it could be like a continental style breakfast. Honestly, we're not very far from town. I've been to some campouts where people were like, yeah, we're doing Sunday breakfast because they didn't really want to cook, and they ended up just driving into the town the night before or really early that morning and just going to the grocery store and buying a bunch of things. You don't have to do that, but just giving you some options. It doesn't have to be fancy, and you don't have to cook a ton, especially for Sunday. So that's one of your options. Okay, last thing, kind of important, allergies. If you have food allergies, please discuss that with your group. There are all kinds of food allergies these days, and a lot of people are very, they're not too hard to accommodate. So, so just let people know. And if it's a food preference that might be a little bit different, and you might have to just, make some compromises that weekend. But if it's an actual allergy that can make you pretty ill, let everyone know. And if it's something that is possible to do, great. If not, you might have to be a little bit more creative on your dinners or your meals and bring something else that kind of supplements whatever is the main course. So just try to be flexible with each other and understanding of food allergies. And please don't exclude yourself too. If you have a food allergy, please come. I want you to go to the meal group, and whatever you've decided you're going to do to accommodate for the allergies, if that's bringing your own food or if there's different kind of food available, great. But I really want you to participate and be with your meal group to get to know people. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful. There are so many just little tips out there. You can find them on YouTube. If you have recipes, if you're a more experienced camper and you have some resources, some links, recipes that you want to share, please share them in the comments below. That would be really, really helpful to all of us. And and we'll see you very soon.